We back up in this
If they wanted to take it outside in the parking lot, the ex-wife and her homegirl would have been well within her right to put a little beat down on the mistress.
Oh my
Boom.
God, I just want to get on this mic and talk to my girls.
Yeah, we still got some fucking ninjas out here that don't know no
Hmm.
better.
How dare you? You think that it's appropriate to take a woman, a young woman who is still a minor, and put her in front of the congregation to apologize?
Him, he's just a ninja. I mean, he was cheating from the door. She said it. He didn't give a shit about nobody but himself.
We might find out some shit tomorrow that we had no idea. So I'm just gonna sit and wait.
Listen, something don't smell right to me, but I'm going to mind my business. But I'm not because I want to know what y'all think.
So stop acting like, oh, we're not taking handouts. Bitch, you are a handout. You taking our money.
What's up? What's up? What's up, ladies? Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to Three Aunties and I'm Mike, the podcast about grown folks ish. I am your girl, V with the T. I have with me Miss Bookworm with the read and Weekday with the everyday drama. What's going on, ladies?
Hey, hey, hey! I missed y'all. What's going on with you?
Nah,
I had a
not a
great
damn thing.
night,
This
but I'll
damn
tell y'all
dog won't
about
just
that.
come in the damn house, getting on my
I'm gonna let her
goddamn
go
nerves.
first.
Today I was supposed to be practicing
I'm letting y'all know
love.
now, based on pre-recorded, Weekday is on one this week. So
Yup.
yeah, I'm apologizing in advance, and I'm letting y'all know in advance that
Not me.
the
Not
views
me.
and the
Go,
beliefs of
Taurus
Weekday do
sister.
not represent the Three Aunties and a Mike as a
She can
whole.
keep saying that shit.
Okay,
Hold on.
She
Let me
represents
get this damn.
me as a zodiac. She does represent me as a zodiac.
she
Taurus.
does, she does. I'm always stuck
But
between these two damn Tauruses.
but I'm the April Taurus. She's a May Taurus. There is a
Hey,
distinct difference. However, we are one and the same.
yes, there is definitely a
Yeah,
difference.
yeah,
But
he
y'all are
finally
one and
came
the
in.
same. I agree.
He finally
Anywho,
came in. He
I'm
finally came in
apologizing
just
in
messing with
advance
me
for my
today.
voice, y'all. I have I have an infection and been sick, and I'm on all kinds of medication. I'm feeling better, but my voice is still not 100% there. It's better than it was yesterday, but so I'm apologizing in
Allergy
advance if I
season.
sound crazy. And I got my
Is it
bonnet on
allergy
because
season
I
down
can do
down
that.
in
But
Atlanta? Is it allergy
what?
season?
Yeah, girl, my car looked yellow. It looked the same color as
See,
this bonnet, and
Wow,
it's a
yeah.
dark gray.
get ready, weekday. It's getting ready to hit us
I know.
next.
I know. Got to get
Ugh.
Yes,
geared up with my drugs.
Yeah.
Thank God for
yes.
FSA. Buy as many drugs
Yes.
as I want.
Yes. Yes.
That's the
Yes.
nice
Yes.
part about it.
But yeah, I'm wearing this bonnet because y'all know I got my sides shaved and I got the middle braided, but I ain't been able to get my sides shaved because I've been down. So I got a whole afro growing on the side of my head with and it's just not cute. So y'all getting this bonnet today, okay? So
Hey,
Yeah,
anywho, we
this is
got a
real
lot to
life
talk
shit.
about. I mean, this week has been
yeah.
insane. Um, but before we get into V with the T, let me just find out what's going on with y'all. Y'all know I've been down and out, sick. What's going on with you? Mm, I'm a something tell me to start
Who?
with Bookworm. I'm gonna start with
Yeah,
Bookworm today.
I'll go first.
Yeah, you better.
Because what weekday is going to talk about somehow, some way, it's going to segue right into all of our hot topics. So, nonetheless, we are recording this on a Saturday afternoon. No, I'm sorry, Saturday morning. Last night I met up with friends and we went
Oh,
to
nice.
a show in Philadelphia. It's an orchestra by candlelight, and they featured hip hop on strings. So it was so dope. I'm all about having experiences instead of, just regular. I mean, you can always go out to dinner and drinks and hook up, but I like an experience with my peeps. So that was a first for us. It was in an auditorium, an old high school, and the entire place was dark except for a gazillion candles. and there were two violinists, a celloist, I guess you would call him, and a drummer. And they featured this little orchestra featured Outkast, Tupac, Dr. Dre, Jay-Z, Biggie, Lauryn Hill, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar. Who else? And ended with a medley of Eminem. So you know that was my highlight. They ask that you don't take pictures or record during the performances except for the last performance. They encourage you to record it and then to hashtag them and post it. But it was such a dope experience. I really enjoyed myself. And after a crazy work week, just week in general, just everybody is all over the place. It was really really good to sit down. It was like six of us sit down and just relax and let the music just take over. It was really really nice. They don't have food there or whatever, but I'm pretty sure you could bring in a snack. But they served wine, and I think it was just wine and maybe a couple of others. But can you just imagine sitting in an auditorium with a glass of wine? It is nothing but candle lights all around on a Friday. On a Friday after a week that, anybody, oh God, this has been a week, but how soothing it was and how it was just so refreshing. It was a reset to e- endure this weekend for whatever running around we have to do. So I had a great time. And afterwards, we went to a really cute spot called Bacon Bacon. It was my first time. It was a couple of others' second time there. But shout out to Trees and Gloria and Jenny. And I met Catrice's cousin, Angie. I think her name is Angie. So shout out to them. We had a ball. We had drinks and I had hanging bacon over top of cornbread. It was a really cute spot. I can't wait till you come up, V. And that's a place that we really want to go to. It was a nice ambiance. Oh, you don't like it weekday? Anyway, I liked it. I enjoyed it. Ah! She say
V
it
So
ain't
I've
going
don't.
been
nowhere with no
I've
damn
been
bacon. No
so
pork
I've
bacon,
been
nevertheless.
yeah, I don't eat
No,
bacon, but I would
no,
go just
no.
for the
But
Okay.
yes,
experience
they
for
have
sure.
drinks.
Okay.
Let's go to the
Yeah, I would go
bar.
just for the
Drinks.
experience.
Okay. All right.
But
Yeah.
I
Yes.
have done the candlelight thing before, and I knew y'all were going because I knew y'all were going there. I was like, oh, they are gonna have a fabulous time. I loved it the time I've done
Oh,
it.
it was awesome. What genre were they playing when you went?
Mine wasn't doing hip hop; they were doing R&B,
Gotcha.
and it
I
was at
see a
that
neo
lounge.
soul.
It was a neo soul, yeah, and it was that
Yeah,
lounge that I used to go to when I lived in Virginia.
I know
They
exactly
came
where.
there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I'm
Oh,
glad
it
y'all
was
got
so
to go
dope.
and experience
Yeah.
that. I was
That,
excited
that,
when I heard
that
y'all were
sounds
going.
nice.
Yeah,
That does sound
I
Yeah.
nice. It
liked it.
sounds like the
Well, they're
92%
having
is really
they have
relaxing.
so many different ones, and I know there's a neo soul one coming.
Mhm.
And I think I saw something else, but they do a plethora of genres. So,
Mhm.
if they have one in a city near you, it's worth checking out, guys.
That sounds nice.
Definitely.
Sounds
So what's
relaxing.
going on with you weekday?
Okay. Um, y'all know Saturday's rough for me, right? To just do this because I usually be up out at 8 o'clock because I just had this conversation with some folks, some people in the background that work for us and they need to remember they work for us, need to show a little bit more goddamn respect. But anyway, okay. I'm not going
What Lauren say
I'm
on
going
the Breakfast Club? You're the
huh?
My
producer. We're the
talent.
talent.
We're the
That's
talent.
right.
I'm going to sit
I'm
my
the
talent
talent, and
ass
they
right
and they
here.
need to remember that I am the damn talent. Okay. Um. So, this week has been okay. I'm not going to say it's been a banner week. It's been all right. I will tell you the strangest thing that happened to me. So I rolled up at CVS. I've been having this trigger finger thing that's killing me, and I think I'm just going to go to the doctor and say, listen, I don't. Last time they operated on my hand, I had hand surgery. I don't know if I want hand surgery this time. I think I just want somebody to give me a cortisone shot. But anyway, long story short, but I went really for something I shouldn't have been going there for because I'm not supposed to have anything with the en, and y'all understand nothing with ibuprofen. But I said no, I can't take the pain no more. I got to get this swelling down. So the heifer
Uh-oh.
at the damn CVS. Now I don't know if you've ever experienced this because this threw me off. You know how you give it? I gave her my CVS number, so I went to the pharmacy because sometimes my FSA card will not work in the front. It
Right,
usually
right.
works better at the pharmacy. So she said, I gave her my number. She said, "Do you have ID?" I said, "What?"
No,
She
I
said, "Do you
I
have ID?" ID for what? Oh, for the CVS card.
for the
Hold
CVS
up.
card, I thought she meant the FSA card.
No. The CVS card, I put the number in and she said, "Oh, do you have ID?" I said, "Listen, pimple face, I don't have no time for this shit." I was pissed by that time. Y'all know how I go. I said, "Girl, get your acne together." Okay. And you know, she was asking me about ID. This eight and a
This is
half
why I
by
put that
11s.
disclaimer
Wait
out,
a minute, let me
y'all.
go
This is
get my
why I
tape.
put this disclaimer out because I already knew where she was headed.
This eight
Her
and a
her
half by
views do not
11.
represent the rest of us or three aunties in the mic. But go ahead and continue,
Shit.
weekday.
Okay. I said, ID? When did they start asking for ID? For my CVS card. The number, you just put the number in. You know the little whatever, the rewards card. I said, "Girl," I said, "Listen," I said, "Pimple face, I don't have no time for this." I said, then I had to control myself. I said, because you know what? I said, "God forgive me from calling that girl pimple face." I said, "But you know what? Get you some acne cream." I said, "But don't ever ask
Let me
people
see
for
what I got
ID
down
for
here.
a damn rewards card. What kind of nonsense is that? Not for my FSA card, because I just swiped that, so she don't get to see
Right.
that. But for my CVS rewards card,
That's crazy.
that
That's
that
crazy.
that has gone beyond you asking me for ID for my CVS card. Really, really? Are
No.
we saying
But
that
did
people
she
now?
ever explain why she asked for ID? Like, I'm curious
I
as to
don't
even
get. Let me
why.
tell you,
I
I
know
don't
it don't
give a
matter.
damn.
I know it don't matter. I'm just curious what her excuse was for asking you for ID for a
She never
CVS card.
said. She never said after I called her pimple
Everybody and their
face.
mama use my phone
She
number,
wasn't going to
so
say
Yeah,
after weekday done called her a pimple face. She wasn't going to tell why.
cause
She
y'all know
wanted
my,
she wanted
you
out
know
of that experience.
my instinct automatically went to, girl, with your pimple face stuff, you gonna ask me something so stupid? I had to control myself. I was on the phone. The person I was
Mm.
on the phone with said, "I thought you were in therapy." I am
I
trying.
was just
I'm
getting ready to
trying.
ask, did you miss therapy this week?
I didn't have therapy this week.
Baby
I did
It
steps.
not.
shows. It shows. Don't miss
I did not.
again, okay? Don't miss
I did.
again.
I did not have therapy this week. But that was the strangest, craziest thing that ever happened. Like normally, girl, are we clocking people for the rewards? Really?
I hope
I
not.
gave her the ID because I just said I'm not going to stand here and argue about some damn ID. But I said I surefirably tell you that's me. That's putting in this number. Like, but what
The
difference does
way
it? I mean, what difference does it make? You know these people. I see people running after people saying you use the EBT card, bitch. No, I don't use the EBT card. But guess what? It's none of your motherfucking business if I do. You don't know what I got the EBT for. It doesn't matter. I used to do my dad's grocery shopping with his
right,
EBT.
right.
It's none of your business. My senior citizen dad could not come out and breathe in the air with y'all nasty ass people because he was on oxygen. And it was hard for him to walk around. But I don't have to validate that to you. It's none of your goddamn business. Call the cops. Call the phone number. You know and you probably who's worried about my shit know that phone number on the back of the damn
Yeah.
car anyway. Stop
Yeah.
perpetrating and act like you don't know. But you in my damn business. But yeah, that was the craziness. I didn't understand that. But I did want to say something to you, Miss Bookworm. I'm sure that
Yes.
was the first time that Lauren Hill showed up on time in that music.
Ah, wait, but wait.
Well, I know she showed up on time for Angie Stone's funeral. I will give her that.
Well, she did, but that was like a joke in the auditorium when he was running down the list and he said something to the fact that who likes Lauryn Hill, and there were when she's on time, when you get a
Yeah,
chance to see her, that was
yeah,
like the running joke of going around the auditorium. That was
yeah.
crazy. Yes, that was the first time she's ever
Been on
on time.
time.
And it was cute because you know the song he ended with Zion. And
Oh, okay.
that's oh
Yeah,
boy, that was a gorgeous one. That
yeah.
was gorgeous. I That's one I wouldn't mind doubling back and going to again. That's
Mm,
how dope it really was.
And
Yep.
they'll probably do a different set like the next time
yeah,
you see them.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yep,
Because
yep.
there's so much hip hop, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So now since we're talking about Angie Stone, let's talk about our, our favorite girl, Monique.
Child.
So I'm gonna need y'all to get y'all girl. I don't understand. She needs some therapy. She need more than therapy. She needs some medication. She needs something. I don't mean no disrespect, but why would you take a moment like that to make it about you?
She always does.
And gonna start your letter off with Angie, I love you and blah 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 blah, and you're helping us keep this going, and don't make this about Angie Stone. God rest her soul. This
Right.
about you. This about you. Like, what the hell is you doing?
Girl, listen.
Monique doesn't know how to read the room. Point blank, period. That's it. She just
She
doesn't.
doesn't want to read the room. Let me tell you something. Them
Mm.
bitches from Baltimore were acting a fool, but we're gonna talk about the other crazy one too.
Yes, they
Later
were,
on.
child.
These bitches from Baltimore, from the B more. Are y'all okay? Are y'all all right out there? Cause listen, listen. Um, luckily she's with Sydney because this is the kind of bitch that I talk about those third rate clingers that don't know how to let go. The man ain't apologized in 10 fucking years, bitch. He ain't apologizing. Stop coming back to this. It's like somebody saying, I want us to get closure. Bitch, it was closed. The door is closed. It's locked. They done shut it down. Actually, they made sure that it's bulletproof. You can't even get in that motherfucker. There is no knob there anymore. Okay? There's no way. They're not even letting you push in the damn door. This door is closed. The man is not going to apologize. Let this go. Stop coming back. Stop. First of all, stop living rent free. Letting somebody live rent
Mm-hmm.
free in your head. Because that man has been living rent free for a while in your head that you keep coming back at him, Oprah. They haven't apologized to me. They're not. Then listen, they're not. Monique, settle yourself down. You might want them to put something in your obituary. God forbid something happened to you. But that section where you say, I just want,
This one
as my
done killed it.
dying and my
This one
last
done
breath,
killed the lady.
for
Oh
you
Lord.
to I just want, before I go, could somebody get Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey to apologize to me? Because, girl, it's been 10 years. Stop being a third rank clinger that these women that start saying, I just want closure. Bitch, it's closed. They closed that door. First of all, I'm gonna say this. Your behavior to get this apology that you've been begging for, because no matter what you want to say out in this world, you are begging for this apology from these people. You're not getting it. You're not getting it, baby. Let this go. So I'm gonna say again, women of Be More, are y'all okay? Because there is something going on. Something must be in the water. Something is remiss because y'all are acting a fool when it doesn't need to be that way. But Monique, you're the biggest one. Now, I know nobody's saying, but you are the asshole of 10 years. Not even a day, not even a week, not even a minute, not even an hour or a second. You are the ass.
I can't hear you weekday.
Okay.
I think
I'm
she hit the
sorry. I
mute.
hate that
You
me.
got
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But but you've been begging this man. I mean, like I said, y'all want me to repeat what I just said? She's an asshole the last 10 years. Okay? Not a year, not a month, not a day, not a week, Not an hour, not a second, not a minute. You are the asshole of the 10 years. That man is not going to apologize. None of them are First of all, they ain't thinking, as my grandma said, they ain't thinking about your black ass. Let this go. Let
At
this
all.
you you and Sydney, y'all need to let this go. Stop coming back showing, and you really are so fucking disrespectful to
Oh,
talk about this when Angie Stone has lost her life. Angie Stone wasn't sick to the point when she lost her life. Her life was taken. And her family has to mourn that. And you got this commentary you want to bring up during this time. Baltimore, y'all help y'all women. There's something wrong. There's something wrong. That's all I'm going to say.
Monique cringes. It eats her up inside to see Tyler Perry pay any kudos, gives any props, speaks on the behalf of, hires another black woman. She
Yep.
cringes. It makes her skin crawl because the same accolades that Tyler Perry gives, she wants from him. There is a big difference. You are spot on, Weekday. She's looking for closure. There's a huge difference between closure and public validation. Monique and Sydney are looking for public validation from none other than Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey, who they live in her head rent free. Goodness sakes, Monique, they are not losing not one wink of REM sleep on you. You are, it's just, it, I can't even pinpoint the mental anguish that she's going through. I don't even know what to call it. Can you hear me? I'm
Yeah.
Yeah.
frozen on
We
my
can hear
screen.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can hear
Okay,
you.
good. So, if Monique, which she has a hard time reading the room. Okay, there I am. She has a hard time reading the room. That has been her thing since forever. Forever. She is a pick me, pick me, pick me. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Give me, give me, give me. Now, I'm not going to take Monique's talent away from her because she's a hell of an
Mm-mm.
actress. A hell of a, all the way from, what's the one where she was Moesha, Meet the Parkers, the movies. Precious was just, out of this world, her acting. It's something in her that she wants to be a B list, and she has the talent to be. It is her personality that has caused her to not be that A B list, and she can't see that. She has a hard time looking within, and Sydney doesn't make it any goddamn better. He really doesn't. So if she must speak out, which she will, I wish she would have waited 6 weeks out, 8 weeks out, and then just bring it up when everything is all calm and the waters are calm. Bring it on up, stir the pot, Monique, like you tend to like to do. We would not have forgotten the speech you were referencing, or not the speech, how Tyler was speaking at the funeral about, it wasn't a speech, but it was a memorial. He was giving her accolades and questioning why Angie did not receive the monetary uh everything with her record labels, the money that is owed to her. He was
Mm-mm.
valid in what he was saying. He was saying what everybody else was thinking, the questions, the whatever. But Monique doesn't like that. She wants her name on his tongue. And she is on that hill standing firm. She and Sydney are on that hill together. They gonna stay on that hill together until they are no longer on that hill.
And they're gonna stay broke together because she with that broke
That's
ass
it.
nigga anyway. I mean, and he's just a hanger on. I mean, he's like a tick, and she don't know how to get rid of him. Because if she got rid of that tick, I think that she would be in a much better place. But she don't know how to get rid of that blood sucking tick that she got that ain't working in a pie factory making damn pies.
I
Really?
mean, I'm blaming Sydney on some of it, but this is Monique. I mean, Monique has left her children
Yep.
way before she
Yeah.
met Sydney.
Yeah, that's
Monique
true.
is a piece of work. Sydney has added to that fuel, in my opinion,
You're right.
but
Mhm.
it was already lit before he got there. That's just
Yeah.
my personal
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you're
true.
right.
That's true. That's true.
And
But it
she's
don't
going to
matter.
keep on going.
That's right.
Monique's not going away. Monique is not going away. She has been blackballed, sh- but she has not been silenced. She may have been blackballed, but Monique has not been silenced. And she going to get on that hill and she going to scream from the mountaintops. She will do this for Tyler Perry and Oprah because I think her and Lee Daniels
Yeah,
have come
they
together
squashed
and
it. Yeah.
right.
But you ain't seen Lee put her in another goddamn thing. Okay.
And
That's all I'm saying.
won't and
And
won't.
won't. And won't. And half of the people, Will
So
Packer even say he won't put her in a damn thing either.
50 Cents is
And
the
won't.
only one that'll tolerate her.
Yeah.
50
That's
was the
because
only one
that's
here.
because
He
50 can
gave her
match
a
her
couple.
energy.
That's
50
right.
can
They
match her
match each other.
energy.
I
That's
mean,
why
She
he
don't
well,
don't.
bother him.
He
She
like
doesn't
Petty.
bother him.
Yes,
She
he
yeah.
love
doesn't.
Petty. So he down with that. Yeah. And
You
Yeah,
she's a
know.
great
so he
actress. She's a great actress.
and
She gonna
she
make him some money.
is.
She gonna make
Yeah.
him
That's
some
what
money.
Fiona
she
ain't gonna let
really
her go.
is.
He just like her. Fiona ain't gonna let her go.
Y'all
Come
gonna
on.
stop. I love
Mm-mm.
me some petty 50.
Fiona ain't gonna let go.
Listen.
Where's petty ass?
Excuse me. So let's get into the let's pivot, right? This is a good pivot because Tyler Perry's standing up for black women um during that memorial service. Let's talk about it. So recently, there's been a couple of lives that have happened this week. One involving Jess Hilarious. I'm sure that's the Be More person Weekday is referring to. And the other involving Teyana Taylor. So I definitely want to get into the tea, right? About everything that they talked about. But I want us to also talk about just from a perspective of protecting black women. Because I think
Yep.
both of these situations, both of these lives, regardless of how they were handled, have one thing in common, and that's protecting black women. Jess Hilarious felt like her co-hosts, who are male, um, did not have her back, have not had her back. She now sees that, this is probably allegedly why maybe Angela Lee left because they treated her the same way. How she handled it, we'll get into all of that, what our thoughts are, how she handled it, but I want y'all to think about it from that perspective too, and we're all giving our commentary. And then Teyana Taylor, who has held down this black man through this entire divorce process and the shit that he has allegedly done um to her and against her and his black female children. um and I think she's just had enough. Like she's like, I just want to go be happy and get my back blown out by that
Mhm.
fine Aaron Pierce. But
I don't
You
blame her.
suffer.
Woo!
You suffer.
Everybody like to get their
Oh,
back blown out, baby, and by somebody that
you
fine
suffer.
with them
shit.
eyes, I will listen.
You
You gonna blow my
suffer.
back? I need you to be
Ooh,
staring at me. Don't close your
girl,
eyes,
listen.
baby.
Don't
You
be a
got to keep them eyes
disappointment, baby.
open, okay?
Don't be
That's
the
one of the best
disappointment.
features.
That's all I can say. Don't be a disappointment. Woo! That's
It
I
don't
know,
all.
sound like he
right?
is.
Right?
She
Yeah,
sound like
Right?
the way she
yeah,
said, "I'm so happy right now." He is
yeah.
not a disappointment. Y'all hear
I don't
me?
think so. Mm-mm,
But I
no.
Me
digress.
neither.
Let's refocus. But so I definitely want to get y'all commentary on that. So let's talk about Jess first, real quick. Jess, and I'm gonna talk about Jess and Teyana. Then I'm gonna
Yeah,
pass it on to y'all.
yeah.
So Jess, I don't know who gonna stand with me on this one, but from a professional HR perspective, she ain't getting hired at nobody else's radio station or media
And
station
she's
no
going to
time
be
soon.
okay with that.
But
She'll be okay
but
with it.
right. I'm just gonna put that disclaimer out there, right?
Yep.
We all know that. That is
Yep.
nieces and nephews. Let me just be clear. That is not how you handle
That's right. No,
situations at
no.
work. Okay. However, comma, I am 10 toes down for Jess. I I am. She's frustrated. She's going through postpartum. She got a lot of shit that's going on. And we find this happening all the time. Us women have
Yeah.
these babies for these men, and then we come back to some bullshit. And for those people that say, well, this should have been discussed, it was discussed before she got there. Y'all didn't follow the protocol. And her ass still sitting there months later doing her damn near her segment. And yeah, she gonna sound better at it because she's a trained professional. Jess is a freaking comedian. That's why it's called Jess with the mess, because she gonna be a mess. She ain't gonna articulate her words. She gonna be just like V with the T. She ain't gonna know nobody name. She ain't gonna remember what state they live in. It is what
But
it
that's not
is.
your job. But that's not your job.
And this is the other thing I think we need to keep in mind. Jess Hilarious and Lauren are young. Just
Yes.
got her career started through social media. I think it's super important that we remember that social media for this younger generation is everything to them. And yes, as us aunties, we can tell y'all can't be acting like this because you can't. But it is gonna get to her, and she going through postpartum, so she gonna be more emotional. How you gonna tell me that I gotta ignore the bullies on the internet? I am still a human being, and they bullying me. And then y'all getting on this live radio station with me every freaking morning, and ain't nobody standing up for me. Ain't nobody giving me my kudos. Y'all just continuing to let this shit happen. And Charlamagne gonna say, well, they say I'm gay, but I don't care. Cause you a dude. You don't give a shit. It's
No, and you
different.
don't have to.
Right. But y'all never protecting us. Y'all never standing up for us. So that's the problem I have with that. I don't like the way she necessarily handled it, but it got out there, and it is what it is. What they gonna do? Fire her? She don't care. And she under contract. So she gonna get something out the deal. She don't give a damn. But I think it's important that she did address these issues. And this is how I look at it too. No, it wasn't professional for her to address it the way she did, but she come from a social media platform, and that's what social media influencers do. That's number one. Number two, I think it was perfect that they talked about it on their radio station, because that's what they do, is gossip. Was she not gossip? Was she not the mess and the tea for the day? So let's discuss it. I'm down with how they approached it personally. I already know I can look way week they look, and she got different opinion, but we gonna get to that.
Hmm.
Secondly, Teyana Taylor. Teyana Taylor handled everything perfectly. She has held this man down. She has tried to keep this divorce quiet. She has tried to keep his image up. But this ninja want to go out there and keep letting shit get out to the media on purpose to make her look bad, even though it make him look bad. That is a true sick individual that don't care what it do to him, just as long as it making her look bad. You lost her, man. Get over it. Move on. Let her be happy. And don't sit out here and make a narrative to make her look like she out here trying to get you locked up and that she a gold digger. Teyana Taylor been Teyana Taylor. She don't need you. She out here making money. What is you doing? Because you a retired ball player who trying to be a rapper. She out here doing producing. She out here acting. She out here singing. She out here doing dancing. She out here doing the damn thing. You're gonna need to put some
Yeah.
respect on her name. And I think it's time that, us black women, we are not protected. And it's ridiculous that we always having to get out here and show our black ass for y'all to
Yeah.
take us seriously.
Yep.
That's it. That's all. Go ahead, weekday.
Okay. Um, Jess, I thought that was a nightmare. First of all, I want to let you young people know. So come up. If you're in the back seat, there's a couple seats up in the front, so I can explain this to you. Social media is not real, people. Okay. People out here living false and fake lives, right? And we know it. Holcomb, or whatever the hell his name is, that's the comedian that talked down trash to her, that really kind of started this narrative, but it had been brewing. So please don't think he's the catalyst behind it. But I think, to V's point, and she's gonna be surprised what I say, we are not protected as black women.
No.
And I'm going to say clearly, black women. Let's be clear. Um, but I want you just to understand is that you fell into some of the narrative. So last year, when the young lady was telling about her story about what happened, what was it? Who the fuck did I marry or whatever?
Mhm.
And you
Risa
jumped
Tisa.
off and said
Mhm.
it was big bad behavior and this, that, and another, and you and laughed and joked with these guys about that. You knew who they were, right? Because they stayed on the narrative. They stayed in that in her neck a little bit. A couple, I think he did it on like two or three of his podcasts, talking through the whole Risa Tisa thing. Even when she came out, Risa Tisa herself, and said she was really offended by his behavior, he jumped back on it. So you already knew who you were dealing with. So please stop acting like this is you're being naive about this. You knew that these guys are a bunch of jerks. They didn't have your back. I don't know what happened with the Angela Yee, but that's the kind of thing. This is the kind of thing that's sad about us. But we want to know, like, if I was dating somebody and I would love to talk to his ex girlfriend and say, why you break up? Okay. You see, Angela never came out and said what really was going on. She kept it classy and professional, but you knew some shit was going on for her to all of a sudden, after 13 years, want to leave, right? Lauren is more true of the professional that they used to have. They brought on Jess to kind of shake up things. They needed somebody different than Angela Yee. We have to. Lauren was close to Angela Yee in terms of she kept up, she knew what was going on, she knew how to communicate very much better than Jess did. In terms of Jess was more of let's have some fun, let's be hilarious, but she wasn't really built for that kind of commentary. But when the people start liking Lauren, I think I didn't like the behavior because I didn't like that she said, well, Charlamagne told me to tell her to shut up. But why would you listen to him? That's like somebody saying, let's all jump off the bridge, but you go first. But you are the one that told me in my ear. I didn't feel like, come on, girl. I don't care if you're postpartum or not. Think that through. And I don't think she's thinking things through. I think she is very upset. She's jealous. And we don't know all the things that are really going on behind the scenes because all we heard was what she told you at that moment, but we don't know what's going on because we know that they have conversations like we have conversations before we start our show. What we're going to talk about, how we're going to drive the show. So I'm sure during those conversations, Lauren had probably butted in at times. She's supposed to be the producer, so that is part of her job is to give a new flavor, to add that additional information. So, no, she was definitely an HR nightmare. People do not do that. Don't do That's not the way that you air out your dirty laundry. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody keeps saying. I do feel sorry for Jess in the sense that not that Jess will never work again. Jess will definitely work again. She just won't work in that type of media. But I think that Jess, there probably are things that have gone on during the course of when you've been here under contract that you've seen. I mean, I remember when they were first trying to select who was going to be that third person, and they went through a whole bunch of people. And people said, "Oh, I like Jess. I like her energy. I think she's a better other choice." But I mean, that is just not the behavior. And you should have got that. And I will say, like we talk about, read the room. Read the fucking room, people, because we are not protected. So some of the things that you helped participate with, because you thought, of course, it was hilarious. It was supposed to be fun because that's who you are. There's some undertone behind that. So that's what I will say about that. Tiana Teller, I have big respect for her. Big respect. But this is what we do as black women, right? We protect these assholes to the bitter end. And I had this conversation with V earlier this week, and I said, we always talk about don't man bash, don't do this, but they're constantly at our throat. They're constantly at that black woman's throat. A black woman who possibly, more than likely, you came out of there for JJ. But you still on our throat. You still don't, no matter what we do, you find a reason to demean us and talk down to us after we've tried to make sure that nobody knew your crimes. And they're not always, but they're crimes to us. Nobody knew your heartaches. No, we carried that all with us. We bundled up your secret and put it in a box and stored it away. Not for us to open it back up and tell that
Right.
box, tell what was in the contents of that box. But for some reason, you feel the need to target us at every moment. The minute we break up, it's like, well, she wasn't shit. She was crazy. That's what we hear all the time. She acted crazy. No, motherfucker, you drove me crazy. And my behavior showed that.
That part.
Okay? Right? So stop acting like we are the ones that are saying you're acting like you're the damn victim when I've been the person that's been victimized. But I will say, Teyana, tell her, girlfriend, as a victim, you raised up, bro. You put your damn heels on. You had your talent before this nigga even came along. He keeps forgetting you did this as a child. You acted as a child. This is not something he didn't give you shit but them damn kids. But you brought yourself to the table just like he brought himself to the table. Iman, you're a piece of shit. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how
That's
great of
it.
a basketball player you were. You're a piece of shit. Because how do you do this? And people, I keep saying this, and I'm going to pull y'all back up to the front again. Please, people, moving from the back into the front. All right, there's a couple seats right up here. Because I want y'all to understand what y'all put out on social media is forever. It's not going
Whenever.
anywhere. They're storing that shit in the cloud. It is forever. For your children to see how demeaning you were to their mother. Their mother.
Yep.
Because guess what? They say in the Bible, honor thy mother and thy father. And you want to know why these fathers are not being honored. Because of the shit that you do and the disrespect that you show. And if you have a son, the disrespect that you're telling him that it's okay to treat a woman that way. And nevertheless, a black woman, somebody that gave birth to him. So I have no respect for you. But Teyana, get your back blown out, baby. Girl, do
You
your thing.
suffer.
Cause that's what this
You
is all
suffer.
about, baby. This is about you. Take your ring. Keep your crown on your damn head. Now I'm gonna say something that's a little off the cuff. Because I want to know, I want y'all to
You
see,
think?
okay? I want
Really?
y'all
You?
I'm going to say something because this is what we're starting to see, and this is not for my black men. So we didn't talk about Angela Rye before Kevin O'Leary to touch her, the
Yes, I meant to bring
patronize,
up
because
Angela. I'm
this
glad you
this is
did.
about the patronizing of us as black women, not white women, black women. You thought that you could touch her to say, "Calm down, baby, it's okay."
Mm-mm.
You think that you can get into that mode that these men, that our black men have allowed these white men to think that they can disrespect us? We can hold our
Yes.
own candle to
The
these
amount of
white women.
people, the
That
amount
is
of people
unacceptable.
that said that she should have taken that offline, and
Bullshit.
What?
because
He
he wasn't
Bullshit.
didn't?
aggressive, he was just tapping her, and she could have
No, he
talked to
was
him about that offline.
patronizing her.
No, you handle that shit right on
That's right.
air.
That's right.
While you
Right
sitting here
there.
That's right.
patronizing me, I'ma
Patronizing.
handle your ass right
That's
here,
right.
right now.
Yep.
Like what?
Yep.
No, that's not something you take off
Uh-uh.
air because
Uh-uh.
he didn't do it aggressively.
Yeah.
It
He
was
Bullshit.
did it
aggressive.
on air.
It
He
was
gets checked
aggressive.
on air.
It was covertly aggressive. And people read the fucking room. It was covertly aggressive. And I want to say this, and this is the reason why I'm bringing this to your attention, is because black men, the 82% or the men that are out there, we need you to protect us. And when you don't protect us, white men think they can disrespect us. And any other ethnicity thinks that they, as men, can disrespect us. Like that fucking Andrew, whatever his name, Schultz. They think they can disrespect us because you do it. Guess what? Get better. Be better at this. Protect your women. And stop allowing this. Y'all don't want us to man bash because that's what y'all said. We black women, y'all man bashing. No, we're not man bashing you. We're asking you to stand up and be the man that you're supposed to be and protect the women around you. You don't have to love me. You don't have to fucking like me. But god damn it, if you see that I am being harmed, and guess who's harming me? Unfortunately, it's you.
Mhm.
Protect me. Because that's why that white man thought he could touch fucking Angela Yee like he did and thought that was okay. That's my commentary on this.
Woo, doggy. All right. Well, I am the resident Breakfast Club listener. Every day, I listen to the first 2 hours in real time, in live. Been that way the past 6, 7 years. I was there when I was listening when Angela Yee was on. I could start telling, you could start to tell when Angela has had enough. The the body language changes, the just the whole atmosphere, the energy is shift. It's, you could tell. One thing Jess brought was the energy and the vibe that the Breakfast Club was looking for to move forward. They were going in a direction, but they were also going in the direction as what is going on with the sign of the times. Sign of the times right now, which a lot of us aunties and above have a hard time adjusting to, is the social media presence. Number one. Number two, reality TV. That this Jess's generation, I don't even know what generation we're on yet. Alpha, I don't even know. But her millennial, I don't know. That age group, they don't know anything outside of social media and reality TV. We do, because we had to transition into that space. They were born into that space and they are perfecting that space to their needs, not for us. We're different to them. They are different to us. However, this is their world. This is their world. Jess has be, she has her notoriety from social media. Cut and dry. She was a social media influencer who happened to be funny and turned that funny into now being a sold out show comedian. She's a comedian that has shows, at least 3 shows a week during the weekday, maybe 2 shows during the weekday, and every weekend. Jess is working. Jess was working before she came back from maternity leave. Jess got the job long before we knew about it. I had gotten a heads up that Jess had gotten the job in November from somebody who was affiliated with the Breakfast Club at that time but was transitioning out. She told me that Jess had the job, and that was in November. Jess did not start on air until after the first of the year, maybe February. Jess became pregnant in that time that she had that initial contract, maybe in October, to the time it was announced on air in February. So, what people don't understand, men don't understand, is there is a huge balance between work and family life. And family life not only meaning a newborn baby, but whoever else you are taking care of. There's a huge balance there. Jess knocked it out the park. They had a whole year of revolving co hosts. Jess brought the energy. She was perfect. She knocked it out the park. She brought her brand, Jess with the Mess. That's her brand. She brought that to the Breakfast Club. I hope she has her shit in order because that is her brand. I really do. Um, I'm hoping she's lawyered up. The way she expressed herself on social media, how unprofessional it was to us, it's the only way she knows how to get her point across. And she did it internally first and wasn't getting anywhere. When the day she came back from maternity leave, Lauren was sitting in her chair and she had to say on air, yo, get up out my chair. Now fast
I
forward,
remember that.
oh, she was supposed to be the hired senior news producer. She's well qualified. She's a journalist. She graduated from Dell State with a journalism
Mhm.
communications degree, and she used to work for TMZ.
You see.
She
Mhm.
is damn near overqualified for the Breakfast Club, if you want to ask me. However, we're talking about two women, same age, same kind of in the social media reality TV space. One is educated and has experience. The other is your social media. She is textbook. Jess is textbook social media, social influencers rise to fame. She is. She's been in Tubi movies, whatever it is, but Breakfast Club is now on Tubi. We need to catch up. No, no, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Strike that. We don't need to catch up. We need to transition. We need to transition. We need to understand the times that they are in. But Jess, as a young social media influencer, is going through the same things that Black women have been going through on their jobs since the beginning of time. No matter how old you are, as a
Mhm.
Black woman who goes out on maternity leave, who goes out on sick leave, who goes out on whatever. Do you know if I left on leave and came back to my job and the substitute is still there? But I'm back. Bitch, what you doing here? I got it now. Thank you. Go in the back. And why was Lauren doing Jess with the Mess? Jess was introducing Lauren. Why? Because she could read better? Then create a segment for Lauren and keep Jess with the Mess. Jess was hired and brought her brand, Jess with the Mess. Nothing in mess screams professionalism. Nothing in mess. Shit, Charlemagne has a list. Who cares if she stumbles over words? I got a stutter. Ben had a stutter. Y'all now starting to see it because I'm on air and all of this. But nonetheless, shit, she getting her point across. She's there to do commentary on mess. And let me tell you something. Comments means everything to that world. I read the comments. I've
I do
seen the
too.
comments because I watched the last 2 hours that I miss while I'm at work. I watch that when I come home. I watch it on YouTube. I see the comments. I go into the comments because I was feeling the same kind of way like, yo, this is not, I seen the energy shift. I seen the disrespect. I seen it every single day. So I needed to know, was other people seeing it? And they were. Don't think for 1 minute that social media influencers should not pay attention to the comments. That is how they got here. That is what they know. They know comments, likes, subscribe, share, reshare. That is how they make their money. So why wouldn't they pay attention to the comments? Charlemagne and Envy were wrong. They were wrong because they couldn't see the importance of her valid points. They could not understand, number one. They tried to make it funny. Number two, it was not funny. I will say this, the next day, Charlemagne and Envy had a slightly different perspective, because I know when they went home or when they got off air, those text messages and phone calls were coming through from those strong black women that are in their lives. Charlemagne, you have four daughters, sir. Four black daughters who are going to grow up to be black women. Envy, you have four daughters. You have an agent who is a woman. Both of them have almost exclusively all female teams. How fucking dare you? But I know they gathered them and checked them because the next day there was a slight different shift. How dare you? I stand 10 toes down with Jess. The way she did it was unprofessional in our eyes. In our eyes. No, you're not going to get another job where HR is involved, sweetie, but that's just the consequences of the actions. You're young. We were all young and dumb, because I'm not going to call her dumb. She just made a decision that will have slightly negative consequences, but Jess is going to be all right. And I stand with her. I saw it. I saw it happening. I saw the disrespect. I saw it. And Lauren knew what was going on. Lauren knew. You got caught up in all of that. You got caught up.
And
But
that's what I
because
want to
you're,
say, because I think that
uh,
it also seems that people are browbeating Lauren because of Jess, and it's not that, Lauren.
nope,
No, it's not, and it
right?
shouldn't be that. It's those two men that was sitting there that's been on that show forever that were manipulating both of those women. And I want to be clear on that, because I think
They
that's
pit
what,
them.
yeah,
They pit
that's
them
what's not
together.
sounding clear. Is that
But Jess said that. Jess made it
Yes,
clear on her live, and she made it clear
yes.
that day.
That
This was
next
never
day.
about Lauren. I have had, she said, I got a lot of respect for Lauren. That's why I asked her to sit in my
Yes.
seat while I was gone. She says, I don't want her to fire. I want her here.
No.
I just don't want her in my
She
shit. And I want y'all to
right.
respect. Her whole thing was about the comments and the things that are being said about Jess and how they're demeaning her. Like, she's like, y'all are my
And
co-hosts.
they
I need
did
y'all to
not
step
have
up
her back.
and have my
Mm-mm.
back. It was
and they
never
don't.
really about Lauren, but those
Because
guys are
let me
so
tell you
good at
something.
pinning them against each other that it made it look
Yup.
like it's about them.
Mhm.
And Envy is corny for calling
He always
Jess
corny.
corny.
Yeah.
Now, I remember when Envy was caught up in all of that mess with oh, his name starts with a O. I can't think of it right now, but that scammer with the real estate. That his lawyers told him, do not speak about it on air, whatever. Envy got caught up in them comments and those bloggers reporting on him, and damn if he didn't come on that show and address it. And Charlemagne was right there telling him, shut the fuck up, stop talking, ignore, you can't bring it. And Envy kept on going. So Envy, you have lived on the bloggers pages, you have lived in the comments section, you know how valid those comments are, whether they're bots, whether they're hating or whatever, but they are listeners. You are telling Jess to ignore the comments. You know who are in the comments? The listeners. The listeners. How else are we supposed to express ourselves? Call up during the get it off your chest segment? uh there's only four people that get through on that,
Mhm.
but thousands of your listeners are telling you, and you did not have that girl's back. You knew exactly what was going on in those comments. You address every other thing that's going on in the media. Every time Charlemagne was featured on Fox News, those commercials went through during the election that Trump was cutting up a spit. They brought it to the forefront. They talked about it. How come you can't talk about, yo, we've been noticing some shit is going on in the comments and in the blogosphere or social media sphere? Why aren't we need to address that? Your haters or your listeners or whatever, but they should have addressed it. And they did not give her that same respect. And I'm proud of Jess for doing what she did, because that was her last resort. And I stand 10 toes down with her
Yeah,
on
I mean,
that.
and you got to remember too, Jess has been dialing in. Jess hasn't even been in because she's feeling like she doesn't want to be here anymore. She's feeling like they
She
don't have her back. So
she's
she's like, why am I
no.
going to walk away from my baby and come up in here in this studio and y'all treat me like shit? I'm going to just dial in. Like, and I
And
saw
now
that
the
shift
and
happening. I
Yeah,
saw that
she
shift
was
happening.
dialing in from locations that she had gigs that following that night. She was dialing in from Ohio. She was dialing in from San Francisco over in California. She dials in because yes, she's her contract, that's her job, but she's also has a supplementary income that she enjoys. It's her passion, it's her hobby, and it's what she's good at. When I think she got a 2-year contract. When her contract is up, she doesn't need to be hired. She needs to go off on herself. She has a platform now. She's made a name for herself. Take that Jess with the mess, throw it on some YouTube, get paid, and go out and be a comedian. Throw them kids on your hip. Let's go. Move, black woman, move. Teyana Taylor, y'all know I love her. Ooh, I love her. She is such a talent. She's so gifted. She not only was protecting her ex husband or a black man, she was trying to protect her daughter's father.
Her family.
And she was well within her rights. When she filed the divorce decree or whatever, she used initials. He brought it out. We had no idea. He brought that out. He did that. He's butt hurt. He is butthurt. His ego is crushed because she had had enough. She chucked the deuces. She came in here in this relationship with her own notoriety, her own identity, her own thing, and she gonna go right on out and she is going to soar. Go girl. I love some Tiana Taylor. I do. His ego is crushed. She was just trying to protect her baby daddy. Fuck him now. Those girls see that oldest girl, she sees, she knows, and she's going to always be there to not only protect her mom but to protect her little sister. I see it. I see it in those pictures that Tiana posts and things like that. I see it. Go, go Mustafa. Get that black back blown out by that Mustafa.
uh,
Oh Lord. So I wanted to talk about something else, but we have talked about this for a minute, so I don't want us to go over too much. So we're gonna move on, and I'll save that for next week. But listen, I think it was important, especially it's March, Women's Month. I think it's super important that we do talk about that. Just protecting Black women, and I think it's interesting how both of these lives happened this same week, and they were both
Hmm.
handled totally different. One is in the auntie status, one is still young and young and spin or whatever. But even though they both handled them differently, I think that they were both things that needed to be handled. And to Weekday's
Hmm.
point, even Angela Rye, this weekend, even the way she handled that, you seeing that from somebody that's also very professional and very posed, and she handled that right as well. And I think us 92 percenters are we over here living our best lives. We not fighting nobody else's fight, but we not gonna be putting up with nobody's shit either.
Nope.
And whatever way we got to do that to get that off our chest is how we have to do it, whether it's unprofessional, whether it's professional. At the end of the day, you hurt me, you're not protecting me, and I need you to understand that, and I need you to do better. And to me, that's what all three of these things that we talked about are setting us. Like, yeah, like one handled it this way, one handled it this way, one was dealing with a white guy, but at the end of the day, we are not protected, and I need y'all to step up and do better. And we are going to continue to say out loud how we're feeling,
Yep.
because we've been over here
Yep.
protecting y'all. We've been over here
mhm,
protecting the whole damn nation, us
yep,
92 percenters. And
that's
y'all
right.
ain't doing shit for us. So we gonna go over here and live our best lives. But when y'all disrupt our best lives, we gonna speak on that shit. That's what we doing in
Yep.
2025, people. Okay? So
And we're just going to start protecting each other.
That's
Yes,
right. Yeah.
exactly,
We
exactly.
got our sisters back.
Which
We
is why I
got
stand 10
women
toes
back.
down with
Yup.
Jess. No,
Yup.
from somebody that's got an HR background, that is not the way you handle it,
I
sis.
always got a
But,
woman's back.
but it needed to be done. I mean, we saw the writing on the wall. So I'm 10 toes down for Jess. Now, Monique, that's some different shit. I don't know what that is, but that's not protection of
She's
black
a
women. That's Monique.
silly
You just,
bird.
yeah,
She just a
that's some other shit.
silly bird. She just is bird behavior.
Yes, yes. So, all right, ladies. Bookworm, do you have
I just want to shout out. So we'll just shout out because of what's going on politically in the news lately with all of these executive orders and just disruption in federal I'm burnt up about the Department of Education, but yeah, we'll whew.
we
So
gonna talk
I
about that
am
next
going
week
to,
after
yes.
more comes out about it. I think we
Yeah.
definitely gonna talk on that
So
next week.
yes, because there's going to be levels to that. But what we are also going to start seeing is lawsuits and challenges on these executive orders. So while we are seeing these lawsuits coming before the courts, let's keep in mind that we do have someone in the Supreme Court who does have our back, who is fair and just, and that is Ketanji Brown Jackson. You need to just, nieces and nephews, just carve out 5-10 minutes, do a quick Google search, see the different cases that came prior to her being in the Supreme Court, because Joe Biden appointed the first black woman, who is Ketanji Jackson, to the Supreme Court, but it was Obama who appointed her to the appellate court of DC, the District of Columbia. So they have cases that she has ruled on. She has our back. She has our back, guys. So take a quick, I got to take my glasses off because, just take a quick Google search. She does have a book out that I do have. I should have brought it up here. But it is on my reading list. I'm doing a Northeast train ride. It's just an Amtrak child we take into Atlanta. But me and my
Mm.
bestie gonna act like it's a oh, you don't start with us. We gonna act like it's a cross country train ride. We gonna be bougie on the Amtrak. So
What y'all
anyway,
got
I
business
have
class
watch,
seating?
watch, watch. We gonna get cute. Like, oh Lord, we something. But her book is in the bag that I'm traveling. So I am going to read her book. That she is on my July's book list. So I'm gonna take the time. I really want to get to know her. Do a deep dive because she is someone that is going to be critical in the decision makings going forward for this country. Okay, so there's the she is only, get this, in September she'll be 50. I'll be 50, 55.
Mm-hmm.
She'll
Yeah,
be
she's young.
55 years old. She grew up in Miami. Her parents both were teachers, and both are alumni of historically black colleges. However, she went to Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
She went to all of her law, everything she did under the Harvard law. And she fought the racism and everything that came with that. There were professors that told her that she had just like a pipe dream, like that was unattainable. In high school, in her yearbook, she wrote that she wanted to study law and one day be an appointed judge. And look at her now. She spoke that into existence. She spoke that she is where she needs to be for just the time as of now. So I would encourage everybody, just do a quick search. And our shout out this week goes to Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Love it. Love it. She's deserving.
Yes, definitely,
Yes.
Definitely.
definitely. Um, so weekday, Girl,
All right,
going and
let me
digging
talk
that
about.
laundry.
Girl, listen, I'm going to start bringing out detergent. I'm looking for it right now and some bleach. Okay. So this letter I call it diabolical,
Mm,
right? I'm a
damn the
50-year
devil.
old female. I've been married to my husband for 20 years, but we have been together for 25 years. When I met my husband, he was married and had one child. I got pregnant and he got a divorce. My husband and I had three girls together, 22-year-old, 20-year-old, and a 16-year-old. His son by his first wife is the same age as my oldest daughter. So we got ghetto twins going on here, people. We decided we did not want more children after the last child. He volunteered to get a vasectomy without any pushback. Right. I will admit that my husband is just a cheater. During the marriage, I've caught him cheating with a family friend, co workers, and random women. I've tolerated this because of our kids, and I think I felt this was my karma. But the latest situation has me thinking that this is too much. It was diabolical. My husband's son, by his first wife, never liked me. He was always disrespectful and let me know that he blamed me for the breakup of his parents' marriage. I figured in the beginning it was just bad behavior and that his mother was the person behind it. But now I know it was deeper. His son has supposedly been in a relationship with this young woman for the last 2 years. She's always with him whenever they show up. I was suspicious of this since I always questioned his son's sexuality. Now I found out that this was my husband's side chick. His son was helping his dad to cheat on me. This chick came to my house last week to tell me she was pregnant. I laughed at her and informed her my husband had a vasectomy years ago. She was stunned. She said that his son put her up to this to end my marriage. I confronted his son I confronted my husband about the side chick and her accusations. He was unaware that his son had set him up. He thought that this young girl was attracted to him. I want to confront his son and I want a divorce. I do not know what to do because we still have a 16-year-old at home and my husband is the main provider. This is overwhelming me. Okay, girl. Okay. Maybe
Wait,
this is
she
your
wait,
karma.
wait, 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 wait. She said, read the last question line.
Okay. The
Read the
last
last.
question. She said, I want to
I
confront
don't know
his
what to
son,
do.
but this is overwhelming. She said, I do not know what to do because we still have a 16-year-old at home and my husband is the
That's
main
the part.
provider. Right. Okay.
I want to go first, but I know I can't. Go ahead, Weekday. I'll let you. It's
You
your
see me
segment.
scribbling? I'm scribbling.
This is this is some diabolical shit. And maybe this is your fucking karma. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like you tolerated this bad behavior from this man from day one, girl. This is not new. I don't know how you would think that for us to come in and try to appease you and make your heart feel better because now you want to divorce this asshole. He was an asshole when you met him. He was
No, he
married to
was.
somebody else. And throughout this, you tolerate his cheating because of karma, but you tolerated his cheating from the very beginning. It wasn't because you got married to him and he married you. Of course, he volunteered to have a vasectomy. That's freestanding fucking with the consequences of getting somebody pregnant. Of course, he agreed. Why wouldn't he? It's easy for him to still go around and sling that thing. But for you to act like you are a victim in this,
You're not.
hmm, you're not. You're not a
You're not.
victim. His son was wrong. His son was wrong, but his son knew the scumbag his dad was. He knew what he would do. He knew that if he hooked him up with this little young girl, that his father would be running after him. He did this to hurt you. And he had every reason to do this. Not saying it was right, but you weren't right. You weren't right from the beginning. And for you to think that we're going to sit here and cry for you, you can kiss my ass. I ain't crying for your ass at all. You got what you deserve. He's the main provider for a reason. Because you weren't going to be woman enough to handle your damn business because you weren't woman enough when you got pregnant so many years ago, and you've been in it for 20 years for a reason. You stayed in it because you were comfortable in this shit. You sat in this for so long, and now you're saying, "Oh, but I got 16-year-old now. I'm fed up." Why are you really mad? What are you angry about? You've been tolerating it for this long. Why won't you just hang it out? Keep on rocking with it. I
I
can understand if
mean,
you said you had a plan, like you said, "Oh, I got me a job. I could think I could take care of my child now. Now I think it's time to roll out because I've been putting it, or I've been stashing money, and now I can roll out." You ain't said none of this shit. You want us to boo hoo because his son did the thing that, guess what, you did to his mother. Hmm. Suck it up, Buttercup.
boom.
And that's where I'm gonna leave it. Miss Bookworm.
She wants us to come up with the plan, is what I'm gathering. You want us to come up with the plan for your great escape where you have had 20 some years of red flags? The red flags were there from the very beginning. And you want to be, oh, it was karma, but girl, you crazy. Who raised you?
The wolves?
Listen, how are you going to manage with a 16-year-old? Last time I checked, the legal working age in any goddamn state is 16. If it changed, please let me know. Are you working? Are you working? He's the main provider. What are you providing, chickadee? What are you providing? And wait a minute, did I miss? I don't think I missed a little bit. Didn't she marry him off of? Wasn't he somebody else's wife first?
Somebody else's
Okay.
husband, yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm sorry. So, we don't know that how we got him is how we're going to lose him, is how we're going to get
Girl.
the whole, your whole relationship was based on the fact that you done snatched him up, and now you want us to give you a plan, lady?
Based on a fucking lie.
V, go ahead. I
Yeah,
don't have no
please.
plan for you.
No, I don't
My
either.
oh, child. Wait, I do. Lord, hold on. I do have advice for you because you did write in for advice. My advice for you is your 16-year-old needs to get a job. You need to get a job, several, however. And with that, make a plan. I can't make your plan. I had a plan. I'm living in my plan. You you knew what you were getting. Child, get a plan, get a
Girl, she
job.
50. Girl, let me tell you, the plan for me is fuck off. And don't write us
Right, but
this
that's
bullshit again.
he's the provider. She don't have no money. Girl, get a job and get an escape.
Mm,
Bye.
mm,
Why are we
mm,
just wait? Is the 16-year-old belong to him? Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there you go. You having like 2 years of child
Yes,
support
have
underneath
support.
you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
plus her job. Come on, you don't have no mama you can move back in with real quick.
Nobody want her.
You don't
After all
no.
that shit that
Okay.
she did, her karma.
Yeah. Well,
Listen.
there's that.
So I
Yeah.
want to make sure I'm clear that the karma is because she slept with the other woman's man and got pregnant. That's how we got these ghetto twins, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we
That's what
got.
we got.
Okay.
Okay.
And so
And so
she
she
feels
feels
like
like
because
because
I was listening to that. I was
I was
listening to
listening
that.
man,
I cannot,
that
I cannot.
desire for him
Lord
was
Jesus, help us.
strong, but I can't move
So
on.
listen,
I love it.
Woo, ooh, ooh.
we cannot
Okay.
be taken
Okay.
seriously. Listen, for real though. I mean this in the most respectful way. Don't write us with this kind of bullshit no more, people, please.
Please.
I don't mean no
Yeah.
disrespect. This man been hoeing the whole damn time you been with him. He was hoeing when he met you because he had another wife. Okay?
You were the
So
hoe.
you can blame this on karma. You can blame this on whatever. You have chosen to stay in this relationship. You have chosen to let this man take care of you financially. You have chosen to continue to lay down with this man and have raw sex with this man when he out here hoeing and have all these damn
Mm-hmm.
kids with him. These are choices that you made. This has nothing to do with karma. This is what you chose. And you are at a point in your life where you can pivot and choose differently. And
And
to
that's
Miss
not how
Bookworm's
karma
point,
works.
that is not
No,
how
that's not how
karma
karma
works
works.
at
No, it
all.
doesn't.
And to Miss Bookworm's point, your 16-year-old can go out here and get him a damn job. You can go out here and get you a damn job. You can get you a great
True.
lawyer, get you some alimony, get you some child support. You got a friend or somebody you can move in. Matter of fact, why don't you start your hoeing phase? Find you a sugar daddy to go move
That's
in
right.
with while you work out this problem. I mean, I'm just
Exactly.
saying, use what you got to get what you want. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't come up with no plan for you, ma'am.
They sell
Respectfully,
divorce kits at Staples.
but this is a choice, and you are choosing to stay in this foolishness. And you can choose that, you know what, I'm in my 50s now, and I don't want to be like this no more. And you can choose to do differently. That is why we have freedom. That is why we have free will. We are able to shift and mold and change as often as frequently as we want to. Hell, you can change 5 times in one fucking day if you really want to. Like, that's how much
Amen.
free will you have. So, respectfully, ma'am, and I wouldn't say shit to that damn son. For what? What is the point? He a child. He doing
Mm-hmm.
childlike things. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he
Focus
his
on the shit
daddy's
that
child.
right. Focus on the shit that matters, which is figuring out how you gonna get yourself and your 16-year-old out of this damn situation. We ain't got
No,
time to
that's
be
what she
having
wanted us to
conversations with
do.
people. Ain't got time for
She
that
wanted
shit.
us to figure it out.
Yeah.
We done
I
figured
mean,
it out. We in our
why you
50s.
confronting
We
this
done
kid?
figured it out.
But why are you confronting this kid? What does this kid got to do with the fact that the man was a cheater from day one? It don't matter if he's gay, he's not gay. And what difference does it make
He
about the
is
boy's
mad at you
sexuality?
because you out here breaking up
Yeah,
happy homes, and now
yeah,
you mad because he's still doing the same
yeah.
shit to you. That boy got every right to be mad about that.
Man,
He was
yeah,
a child when you left
that's
and
right.
went and cheated and had a baby with his daddy and got his mama divorced. His
That's
mama,
right.
though, different than you, left his ass.
And moved on. She
She
moved on. She
There
might can
are
be
her
bitter.
examples. There's the
Yeah, I
pro.
mean,
Take his ex-wife's example.
mhm. And she did her shit early. She ain't had 3 kids with that motherfucker. She
listen.
left. She left after the
All right.
first one, after the cheating.
It's Saturday morning. I got shit to do. We wrapping this
Yeah, I
up
got to
because
go.
I
Yeah.
can't. I can't. So listen, I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna put this disclaimer. I had to do this 1 or 2 times before in the 60-some episodes we've done.
Mm.
We encourage y'all to write us, and we love to give advice as aunties, but don't be coming on here with some bullshit.
Mm-mm.
Come on. I mean no disrespect. I really don't. And listen, I know it's hard. You get into these relationships and you love these people and you don't know how to get out, but you got into this shit knowing what you was going up against. Like, this wasn't like you got into it and he just started cheating on you, but you already 2, 3 kids in and you don't know how to make a move. You went into this fucked up.
Girl.
So I'm sorry that we couldn't come up with a plan for you. We just ain't got that much time because we got shit to do today.
I gotta go
But
smoke a joint.
if if y'all if y'all have a question, concern, something y'all want to run past the aunties, and y'all okay with our commentary and the way we
Better
express
be.
ourselves, then feel free to send us an email at 3auntiesandamic@gmail.com or DM us at 3auntiesandamic. The 3 is spelled out THREE. For those tuning in for the first time, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't be a
Come
stranger.
back.
Make sure that you follow us, like us, all that good stuff to our loyal followers. Thank y'all so much. We love working together on this podcast. You know, ladies, this is my favorite part of the week. So until next week, y'all. Peace and love.
We love you, nieces and nephews.
Drop down in the comments. I'll read them. Smooches.